Libra, the universe has something to tell you. Welcome, my name is Jessica. Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles is talking about somebody who received a mission from the universe. They told me impossible mission. I remember the film, the movie, right? Dun, 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 dun. Knight of Pentacles, you know, somebody here received a mission, an impossible mission. I mean, it's something which is not so easy. It's not anyone who can really complete this mission. Knight of Pentacles. It's like the universe gave you something. A mission, a lesson. It's been hard. It's a challenge. But at the same time, you are excited. Or you trust yourself. You believe you are able to. Because Knight of Pentacles, no matter what you ask this guy to do, they will do. The Knight of Pentacles is the most trustworthy Knight of from tarot, you know. So when the king sends him to a mission or to a battle or to any situation, you know, they will get there, because it talks about somebody who is prepared. They have what they need to to make the situation happen. But there is one thing about this knight, which is their power, but at the same time their weakness, which is the time. Knight of Pentacles, they don't win their battle by the force, you know. They are strong. Yes, they are strong, but they win because of time, because of they persecute their dreams, or they it's like they never give up. They are constant. They keep going. They have responsibility. They pay attention on every single situation. They are prepared to resolve or solve. They never take one action or one decision if they are not right about that. But they are not in a hurry. So they are slow. Everything is happening slowly. Okay. What is the situation here? Oh my god, so many cards. Okay. Seven of Pentacles, another energy which talks about time, patience. Ten of Swords. Three of Pentacles. And Queen of Swords. Okay. Libra. In fact, the Spirit is saying that you are going to have the chance or the opportunity to rebirth a situation, or to have the opportunity to start a situation that for you it's like a future plan. I'm getting something related to your emotional life, relationships. But what Spirit is telling me is that you passed through really difficult cycles. They are talking about somebody who is kind of emotionally blocked, because Spirit told me many people betrayed you. The people who you trusted, they betrayed you. You got really hurt here. When I have Ten of Swords, it talks about death and rebirth. It's not a so happy and good energy, you know. It's like it's a trauma. Probably you trust family, or you trust people, you trust friends, or you trust um, people who you were having emotional relationships, and you felt betrayed by this person, you felt hurt by them. And then I do believe you spend a lot of time by yourself, taking care of yourself, because it talks about a rebirth. So I can see here somebody who trusts a lot and just got disappointed. You got so many times disappointed with a lot of people, because it's talking about a cycle that it happened many times. And then Queen of Swords, because of this, you started to see the things in a more mental and even cold perception, you know. It's like, okay, I need to understand that I cannot give my time, my love, I cannot depend on people, or even invest in any situation if it's been toxic. People are lying to me, people are manipulating me, they are not being themselves. Because when we have the sword cycle, we are talking about a series of situations which will end in Ten of Swords for you to get the lesson, which is the Queen of Swords, right? The Queen of Swords, she always brings a balance. She always is related with your energy, by the way, Libra, right? Because it's when you have to balance your heart and your mind and understand that sometimes your heart is telling you something, but your mind needs to protect your innocence, because the heart is innocent. At least here, your heart is innocent. So your mind needs to protect you. The Queen of Swords is when you need to learn that sometimes you need to check the situation out, right? You need to understand the situation and see that if it's a toxic cycle, you need to end the situation. That's why it's a death, you know. But it's not only a death, because you are not going only to kill the situation, right? It's something internal. It's something about you. You change your perception about this situation. You change your perception about these people. Ten of Swords is a cycle in which we. The thing I would say here is like when you really wake up from the illusion, from the deception. It's that cycle that we have been year after year, trying to convince ourselves that those situations or those people were right, good for us, and then we just wake up and we see how many times we were betrayed, and we didn't even saw that, we didn't even see that, we were just like blind. And then when we wake up, it's a lot of pain, because we don't feel only betrayed by the other people, we feel betrayed by ourselves. It's like, wow, how I couldn't see this, how could I be so blind during all this time, you know. I can't understand, like 1 year, 10 years, 20 years, my whole life, and I was blind, and so it's a lot of pain. This is the cycle when the person, they almost get like by themselves alone, and they start that, I almost know they get by themselves alone to start that healing process, you know. Change everything from inside to outside. I think you spend a lot of time working things on yourself. Seven of Pentacles means you were like nurturing yourself, taking care of yourself, giving to yourself everything you expected these people would give you, and they never could support you. They never could attend your needs or your demands, you felt you were always strong and always there for them. But when it was the opposite, they didn't give it back. So the Queen of Swords was when you literally understood, you literally saw the things, you cut all the illusion, you were just seeing the things by it is. I cannot expect anything from anyone. I just to do it by myself. I cannot expect people to give me this love, this support, whatever. I need to change myself. I need to understand that all this love, this support I'm giving to others, I need to give to myself. So I see here like a lot of work. You working on yourself. You start searching for the things that would make you feel better. Heal yourself. Work with about your finances or career or plans, dreams about your own body. I don't know, self-esteem. I see you working hard to get in contact with your higher self. Look, there's a light here with your inner sun. And then I think you got to a point of your life, you are very good now, or you are getting each day better. I think for most of you, maybe you are on the path, but for most of you, you don't feel this pain anymore. You don't feel betrayed anymore. You start understanding that when the cycles, they need to end because we need to grow up, because we don't fit into a space anymore. But those people, they will still there because they haven't been able to grow up. What happens is the universe makes a chaos. The universe makes something that you cannot understand. Things that for you were normal or good or acceptable, they are not anymore because you are growing up. But you cannot forget that sometimes while you are growing up, because your spirit, your experiences, your mind, your heart, your soul is growing up, a lot of other people, they are just like sleeping. They are just like existing. They are not experimenting a life in which they want to grow up, in which they are really looking for the answers. They are just existing, and that's okay. That's okay. But you have to understand that you can be there, like attached to these people, be in the same situation and feeling always hurt because you feel always that, as I said, try to fit in a shoe that is smaller than your foot. It's gonna hurt. So, and I think now the situation is different because now you are understanding and you are able to forgive this past. You are able to understand the things. You are able to understand your value. You are able to understand why those things happen. Sometimes they shouldn't. You could say, but it could be different, right? I shouldn't have been treated like that. I could have learned the lessons in another way. I don't think so. I don't think so, because the Queen of Swords comes to teach us to be able to take a decision based on what is fair. What is fair? Not what I feel or what I think. What is fair? So I am going to consider my feelings, my intuition, but I'm going to consider my mind, what I have here, the concrete. What is fair? And in most of the cases, if the situation hadn't happened the same way as it happened, right? You wouldn't have learned because your heart, your innocence, wouldn't wake up. You would be always attached to those people. You would be always, you would always think that you needed them to survive. You needed to serve them. You needed to be loved or appreciated or even validated by them. But as I told you, that space was so too small for you. And they want you to be a much bigger, higher, happier, whatever person. You know, they want you to be at the top. Okay, so what is the final message here? 7 of Wands, 8 of Swords, and 5 of Cups. For some people here, you might have felt, or maybe you still not understanding all the situation and feeling rejected. But the universe is telling you, don't look at the rejection. 5 of Cups here talks about you feel sad about the opportunities, people, feelings that you have lost, right? But we don't lose anything because nothing is ours. We have nothing. I don't have anything. One day I will die and nothing is mine. Just have my memory, the experience, and the love I shared, and that's it. Or the feelings I share, because sometimes people die and they feel angry or whatever. So you don't lose, you don't miss anything. And when you understand this and you don't feel rejected because you understand you were not rejected, you were just not fitting anymore because your place is better, is bigger. You have other people, look, Ace of Cups, other people, other situations, other opportunities. You were not rejected. You were being chosen by the universe to experiment something better, higher, from another dimension, whatever. But you just need to change this perspective and understand the cause here, the confusion. We have 8 of Swords and 7 of Wands. So they said, as soon as you understand this, right, there is something which is blocked in your life. And I also believe it's your emotional life, your having a partner, you know, having a relationship, a romantic relationship. I believe it's something which is blocked at this moment for you, because 8 of Swords, it means that you still chained, locked into a past situation in which you didn't digest it deeply, you know. But they are saying that, as I told you, you received this mission, right, to understand your value and to work on yourself to be able to, I will use exactly what they said here, to be able to experiment the paradise, right? But you got stuck into the chaos. You didn't understand that the chaos means destruction, to clean the space for new buildings, new constructions. That's why Ten of Swords talks about death and rebirth. Let's clean the space, let's clean the situation, let's understand the lesson, forgive the past, and accept the new opportunities. Okay, because for some of you, maybe the universe is giving you new opportunities and you are projecting situations and past dramas and traumas. And things are different here. Things are going to be different here if you get free from this, okay? That's it, Libra. That's the message I have for you today. So thumbs up, subscribe, give your comment if you like this message, and feel free to watch the other videos, okay? See you.